Bill and Sean Elliott, Andrew Monaco and crew with you. As Scott Brooks and the Oklahoma City Thunder in town cooled off last night by Phoenix, 104-102, after they were down 15 in the third and then came back to lead by 10. They let it get away. But this team has been consistent. Our Southwest Airlines starting lineup, Green, Durant, Cephalosha, and Westbrook have each started every game this season. Kristich all but 2. Gives you an idea of why they've been so consistent.
It certainly helps your consistency to have that type of starting lineup night after night, especially when you have Kevin Durant playing the way he has.
Pop and the Spurs coming back 4-4 from the rodeo road trip. Most recently, the loss to Detroit Sunday night, 109-101 in overtime. Ouch. As they erased an 11-point deficit in regulation and then just ran out of gas. And our starting lineup again brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Keith Bogans, Tim Duncan, Antonio McDyess, George Hill, and yes, Tony Parker, who is inactive for the game against the Detroit Pistons. Parker averaging just under 17 a game, and their leading assist man at 5.9. Now, let's take a look at our Dodge keys to victory for tonight's game.
Well, several things. You want to make this Oklahoma City Ball Club a half-court team. If they get it going in the open court, they just have way too many athletes. You have to somehow, and I'm saying somehow, try to control Kevin Durant. No one's been able to do it in the last 28, 29 games. Maybe this Spurs Ball Club can get it done. And you have to draw some energy from your home crowd. No one's been in this building for a month watching basketball. Now, we've been watching bull riding and rodeo clowns and all the good stuff. But now we need some energy from our fans, and our guys have to draw from that and come through with a big-time performance.
Tim Duncan and the Spurs face a situation, as Pop has told this team with what's ahead, there are some very important games. And our Lincoln Mercury key matchup, they may not see each other a lot, but Tim has even suggested that Kevin Durant should be strongly considered for MVP. Yeah. Durant's comment, you got to be kidding, basically. He goes, I haven't done anything yet. My team hasn't done anything yet. You got to go deep in the playoffs. You got to win championships. You got to love the guy's attitude, and that's scary.
But I will say this. When you look at the voting in the top 5, I don't see him finishing lower than 3rd. And that's a big statement, because you're going to have LeBron James, obviously, Kobe Bryant. And, you know, it's not a given anyways between LeBron and Kobe. Kobe's hit so many game winners this year. That's a whole other thing. But Kevin Durant has played at such a high level to bring this young team together. And on top of that, he's playing Team D as well. I'm telling you what, this guy is a special player.
Chris Santa Rosa, our sponsor of the officials. And tonight, 3 of the best in the NBA are here tonight.
Oh, boy, they better be. Well, the best.
After PJ and I battered him the other night, we thought we'll give him the benefit of the doubt tonight. Greg Willard, Tony Brown, and John Gobble are here with the whistles this evening. All right, let's hope that's the last time we mention their names, because this has the potential to be a terrific basketball game. They split the first 2 meetings. Both have gone down to the wire. In fact, the last one, the Spurs winning in OT in OKC. And the tip goes to Cephalosha. Misses the jumper. Timmy comes off with it. Out to Bogans. The Spurs come in the number 7 team in the playoff picture in the West. Oklahoma City, the number 6 team, a game and a half ahead of San Antonio. Gives you an idea of how important these games are. Bogans drains the 3. Welcome home, Keith.
Solid recognition there by Tim Duncan to find Keith Bogans all by himself in the corner. You can see the defense collapses on Timmy. He makes the right pass.
Bogans glued to Durant. He'll be one of many. He'll get the opportunity to guard the former Texas All-American. And the shot by Kristich won't go. Westbrook kicks it back out. Green with a jumper, and that is good. Green averages 14 plus. Westbrook 16.5. And Durant at 29.9, the NBA's leading scorer. But that trio, the 3rd leading threesome of scorers in the NBA at 61 points a game. Parker. The notion now Durant using that length on him. Tony on the drive, kicks. McDyess. Mid-range jumper won't go, and the rebound comes off to Cephalosha. Quickly the other way. Jumper from Westbrook, rebound to Timmy. Outlet to George Hill. Boat sets, draws the foul. It's on Russell Westbrook. And let's check in quickly with Andrew Monaco.
Bill, thank you very much. Tonight's Ford Fact. You know, they say in life you don't get any guarantees, but here's the closest thing to a guarantee. The first game back from the rodeo road trip for the Spurs, they're 7-0, guys. They have not lost on that first game back from the rodeo road trip. So that is our Ford Fact of the evening, and we certainly hope that it follows the same pattern this evening. Sean, Bill?
Yes, history can repeat itself, and it needs to tonight.
And the pressure's on Andrew for bringing that up.
That's right. So,
all on you, Andrew. You said we're going to win.
Pop, if it doesn't go your way, we've got the guy to point the finger at. It's none of your players. It's right over here. No pressure, Andrew. Bogans from the free throw line. Keith
That's good.
got that one to roll in. Bogans on the year, 81%. Averaging just under 5 points a game. Had that in Detroit, fouled out in that loss to the Pistons.
Oh, he's chasing Rip Hamilton around all those screens. It's going to wear you down.
Spurs were led by Timmy's 29 and 10 rebounds in that game. Kristich inside over Duncan. No, rebound kicks right back to him, though.
Cephalosha staying in there, keeping that ball alive.
Westbrook, great fake. Kristich couldn't finish. Tim contends. Out of bounds, knocked away by the Thunder. Spurs basketball.
You know, Tim Duncan there, he's a one-man wrecking crew, Bill, helping out on defense, then getting back to Kristich.
One of the things the Spurs struggled with on the tail end of that rodeo road trip was first quarter play. Hopefully tonight they can get things going a little bit early and not get an early hole.
It'd be nice to get the fans involved in the game.
Nice pass, and Tim just a little too far under, couldn't put it away. Dice doing a good job of spotting him. Spurs travel 1 of 3, they're 1 of 6, and now a turnover, the first of the night for the Thunder. Scott Brooks, his first full season, took over for P.J. Carlesimo last year when the team got off to a rugged start there in OKC. They went 1-12, eventually lost 4 more before he righted the ship. They ended up 23-59. Now look at it. Here is Bogans. Left-hander will go. Rebound Kristich out to Durant.
That's a difficult shot in there, trying to squeeze that shot in between two terrific defenders. I like the effort applying pressure on the defense, but right now Oklahoma City, they started to play pretty good team D.
Durant pull-up jumper, got it, and the Thunder taking the lead 5-4. Now their defensive numbers are impressive, particularly when you consider the youth of the team. They are field goal defense, 43.8. That's 3rd in the NBA and 2nd best in guarding the 3. On the drive, Tony Parker, and 1 to the line.
Oh, that looks good there. It's all because Timmy makes the right pass out of that double team. It's a difficult pass to make when you look at Kristich and Durant with those long arms, but Timmy has the size to look over the top of those two players, delivers the pass, and Tony Parker blows right past Cephalosha with a beautiful finish.
Spurs have gone nearly 3 minutes without a field goal. Tony ends that drought. Cephalosha's first foul. And Parker, 77% free throw shooter, bounces out. Tony played well against the Thunder. He had 28 points against them in OKC and 17 and 5 here.
And they're opening up with Cephalosha on him again, and that's their tactic. They love Cephalosha as a defensive stopper. He's got a lot of size, long arms, athletic ability. We'll see how successful he is against Tony.
Ball was kicked, and be on the side here with Keith Bogans. Parker out of McDice. Way back out to Antonio. Tony again. 9 on the clock, gives to Timmy. Kristich on him. Duncan, get in there. Finally. Goes all the way down, and Tim and 1.
Now that's the tidy bowl shot right there. Swirls around and around and finally goes down. And we like the results. 1-on-1 in the low block. Kristich gets caught reaching right there. That bothers me when I see bigs trying to swipe down instead of using their size, trying to block the shot at the top. He's trying to reach down, and he pays the price.
Kristich picks up his first foul. And Duncan gets the three-point play and makes it 9-5. Spurs. Bogans a near steal. Tim did not play in the last meeting, the overtime victory in Oklahoma City. The Spurs were able to pull out a 109-108 victory. Juan Blair, the 21-point, 28-rebound performance that had people shaking their heads in OKC. Timmy, alert here. The outlet, George, last touched.
Gotta be Spurs ball there.
Signal, that's gonna be Spurs ball.
Yeah. Timmy with great help there. See Keith Bogans playing on the outside of Kevin Durant. He's trying to deny him the wing spot. They try to throw it over the top, and Timmy's in the right place. Does a great job there helping out his teammate.
And now the Spurs turn it right back over. Cephalosha got by Parker in the bucket.
He's got those long arms. Terrific anticipation there, able to pick off that pass.
Now, for all the greatness of their young threesome, as Tony goes back door, reverse, and scores. The addition of Cephalosha and Kristic has really solidified this team.
Oh, no question, because Kristic is a valuable big man. He's very serviceable, can score the ball on the inside, and of course, we've talked about Cephalosha on the defensive end of the floor.
The rest of them have bought in with that. Green got his own. Durant can't make a pay. Timmy and McDyess battle for it. Antonio outlet to Keith Bogans. Spurs up by 4, 7:24 to go first. Bogans to Timmy, nearly lost it. Durant got his long arms in there. Duncan fade away, won't go. Rebound comes off to Durant. Durant, their leading rebounder as well as scorer, averages 7.5 boards a game. This one won't go, and Duncan with a rebound. Tim's got 5 early boards in the first 5 minutes.
I tell you what, watching this game early on, it looks like the length of Oklahoma City is just bothering our guys. They're a little tentative with their passes. They've gotten a few picked off, and they're just getting a piece of everything.
Westbrook got up on Tim from behind, and the Spurs' second turnover. Back to Durant. Fires. What was that?
He was trying to draw a foul there on George Hill.
I thought he was playing with a 9-second shot clock.
Yeah.
he threw that thing up like somebody bit him. And, hey, when you're hot, though,
hey,
right?
He got it to go. It looked to me like he was trying to draw a foul against George Hill. I don't know if it was that or the shot clock. He thought it was running down, but looks like he's trying to draw one here, and he still gets it to go. This is what makes Kevin Durant so dangerous, just so long with deadly accuracy.
Spurs lead it by 1 now because that Kevin Durant play was actually a 3, as we find out. Our AT&T connection, though, the other end, Tim and Tony working together.
Terrific backdoor cut there by Tony Parker. Realizes it's Cephalosha. He's trying to deny the wing to Tony. Goes backdoor. Timmy with a beautiful pass on the money. How many bigs in this league could put a bounce pass on the money like Tim Duncan? Not a whole lot.
Our AT&T connection of the game. The Spurs lead it by 1. Durant being credited for a 3 on that shot. That most unusual look, we would certainly say. Spurs early going are 4 of 8. The Thunder 4 of 13, but they picked up 3 offensive rebounds.
Yeah. Well, they're using all that athletic ability and that size. And by the way, Kevin Durant got away with a violation on that 3 as well. Moved his pivot foot.
Hill into Timmy. And again, George Hill. Oh my, the Spurs have missed a couple of point-blank ones here.
That was a gimme that time.
Manu Ginobili coming in the ball game, placing Tony Parker.
Well, Bill, when you start missing those little gimmies because you're rushing shots underneath, that's because the size of the Thunder right now is just bothering our ball club.
Jeff Green gets the bucket. Green averaging 14 plus a game, had 16 and 6 rebounds against Phoenix last night. Hogan's trying to shovel it inside. It got knocked away, then deflects right to Durant. He takes a wide open 2 and drops it down.
Now, once he gets a little bit of separation, he doesn't need a whole lot of daylight to get his shot off, and that's simply too easy for him.
So Durant was 7 now, 3 of 5 shooting, 3 rebounds as well. George Hill knocks the bottom of it. Spurs back within a pair, or back within 1, 14-13. Hill gets his first bucket. George has bumped that average up to 11 a game. He had 17 against Detroit, 18 in Philly. Russell Westbrook with a miss. Manu leads Hill. Lays it up and in. Great teamwork between Ginobili and Hill.
How about that beautiful bounce pass from Manu Ginobili, and George Hill just using those plastic man arms to really extend and keep that ball away from Green. What a play.
Spurs on top by 1. Kristich. Logan staying with Durant. Gives it up to Westbrook. Creates his own. Rebound, Duncan. Off to George Hill. Matt Bonner waiting to check in for the Spurs. Manu to McDyess, the fadeaway. Durant quickly the other way. Explodes. Bogans digs it, steals it. And Spurs wanting to see if that was a breakaway. Clear path.
Well, Kevin Durant trying to make something happen here. Looks like he just runs right over George Hill. No call there. But finally, the Spurs get a call going the opposite direction.
Cephalosha with the foul. Spurs windbounds as Bonner comes in for San Antonio. Along with Manu, Tim Duncan, Hill and crew. Bogans gives it up to Timmy. Now clears. 10 on the shot clock. 4 minutes remaining in the quarter. Durant with a rebound. And Durant picks up his 5th of the night. On the drive and 1, Jeff Green.
Now that's just an unselfish play there by Kevin Durant to give that ball up to Green, who has Matt Bonner. Durant could have easily given that ball to Green and taken George Hill into the low block and demanded the basketball.
Instead, the and 1, Bonner, the foul, his first. Hey fans, just because you couldn't make it to the game tonight, you still have a chance to catch a Spurs t-shirt. It's courtesy of AT&T. Be a part of the AT&T Center experience and text TV to 50927. Standard message rates apply. Green with a 3-point play. 17-15 now. Thunder by a pair. And Jeff Green has got 8, Durant 7. 15 of their 17.
And when you're the NBA scoring leader, you can call your own plays at this point. When Durant has the basketball and he has George Hill on him, he could have easily given that ball up and told Jeff Green, hey, I'm going to the low block. You're going to give me the ball. And no one's going to say anything back to Kevin Durant. Instead, he gives the ball up, which is, it's a good sign. He's allowing other people to get involved in the game.
And Durant last night with 36 in the loss and becomes the scoring leader. You take a look at the points per game that this guy is putting up, and look at that race for the top spot with LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Kobe Bryant, and Dwayne Wade, a distant, if you will, 4th or 5th, I should say. And Durant, 30, as far as 30-point games, he's got 33 of those.
Yeah, well, the thing is, listen, he's just consistent. He's always scoring 30, 35, 36. But with LeBron and Kobe, those guys, they might explode on you one night for like 55 or 60. That could change the whole balance.
Kobe had a nice welcome back to the lineup last night against the Memphis Grizzlies. Durant counters here against DeJuan Blair, who just entered the game, and the Thunder up 19-17.
The only way to guard him is to keep him from catching the basketball. If he catches the ball, I don't know if there's a defender in this league in a one-on-one situation that can stop or slow down Kevin Durant.
George Hill a little too high on the drive. Durant the other way. Here's their rookie, James Harden. I say their rookie. They've got 5 of them on the roster. Harden. Nope. Rebound, loose ball foul. And it'll be on James Harden, the first-year player out of Arizona State.
And once again, you have Durant giving it up in the open court, not demanding the ball back, letting somebody else have their shot.
Timeout is called here with the Spurs trailing by 2. Take a look at Manu.
Manu Ginobili back to his old tricks at the AT&T Center. The pass on the money, terrific finish by George.
19-17, Oklahoma City leading it by 2. Kevin Durant, the NBA scoring leader, 9.6 rebounds already.
Yeah, not bad early on here. Just to show you part of his game, able to put the ball on the floor, 2 dribbles and a pull-up. More dribbles, the harder that play becomes. There's a three-pointer. He gets away with a little bit of shuffling of his feet, and then he can dance around on you. And I don't care what he's listed at, Bill. I think he's listed at what, 6'9", 6'10"?
6'9", 230.
Yeah, it's not about what he's listed. You look at those arms. The guy's really like a guy who's 7'1" or 7'2" out there. He plays so much bigger than what he's listed at. And when you have a little guy on him like Keith Bogans, it's like he's guarding Dirk Nowitzki all over again, but a more mobile version, a better scorer, because his game is a lot more complete than a lot of these other scorers out there. We just saw that 2 dribbles, ball on the floor, the little pull-up, saw the three-pointer. Later on in this game, I'm sure we'll see him in the low block. I mean, he just has every facet of his offensive game is polished.
Saw that graphic there, Cadillac Pursuit of Excellence. DeJuan Blair has his free throw rattled in and out. Blair averaging 7.7 points, 6 rebounds a game. He and Harden, 2 of the better rookies in the NBA. And Blair is 2nd among rookies in rebounds. Harden is 7th among rookies in scoring. Honor comes out. Richard Jefferson, along with Michael Finley, Blair, Manu Ginobili, and George Hill. Pop still shuffling the deck. It's kind of interesting. Indiana, after the break, he said, all right, here's our lineup. I'm going to go with this for a while. We're going to see what happens. And then Tony has that hip flexor. Sorry, all bets are off. Now you got to change again. And it's just been a constant, what is it, 18 different starting lineups?
Yeah.
And the Thunder have had 3.
Well, you know, besides trying to fit the new guys into the system, you know, we've forgotten that we've had some injuries at the beginning of this year. Manu Ginobili was out a few games. Tony Parker's been out from time to time. So when you're trying to bring in all these new guys, it doesn't help that your veterans are injured and they're not playing 100% of the time.
Manu on the drive, and he's fouled! The Spurs have played 10 players so far. You can count on 20 to give you everything he's got and get some energy. Manu makes it 2019 Spurs.
And Manu on that road trip was in rare form. Look at the inside-out dribble. Just takes it right into the chest of the big man. Vintage Manu.
Byron Mullins picking up the foul, the 7-foot rookie out of Ohio State, who's playing in just his 10th game this season. Ginobili at the free throw line, and Manu. And Sean talked about that road trip. Manu, the last 14 games now, has averaged 17 points a game. So he's getting that shooting touch, the scoring angle back. He came along with the rebounds and assists and all the other stuff earlier, but now getting it all to go.
He's getting his legs underneath him.
Durant the miss. Manu the rebound on cue.
It really is. It takes a while. Sometimes when you've been out, you get a little rusty, especially with the injuries, and it takes a while for you to get your legs and your rhythm back, and Manu definitely has it all coming back now.
Fed Richard Jefferson that time. Remember, RJ had what proved to be the game winner in OKC. Harden knocks down the 3. James Harden, 38% three-point shooter. He was 0-4 against Phoenix last night, but he hit 6 of his last 10 prior to that.
He's a phenomenal rookie. Has terrific athletic ability. He can score the ball, just knows how to play.
Manu has it rim out on a 3 of his own, and Harden scoops up the loose one. Parker staying with him. Here is Maynard, another rookie out of VCU from Richmond, Virginia Commonwealth. And on the drive, Durant. Oh, Blair, and a foul is called.
I don't know about that one. That might be a gift. I guess if you wanted to play Kevin Durant anyway, you'd make him go left. Little body contact, but take a look at it there. When he exposes that ball, DeJuan Blair has an opportunity to go for it, and that block to me looks clean.
Well, it's not an and one.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a foul. It's a foul. Blair with a smile on his face as Durant hits the free throw. And, of course, DeJuan fouled out in that big game in Oklahoma City, and there were certainly a couple there that had to shake your head about it. Now Durant already in double figures with 10 points. And Durant, the other thing, I mean, you mentioned, Sean, he does everything well. He's 88% from the free throw line.
Oh. Yeah, that's why he leads the league in scoring right there. 88% from the foul line. Can put the ball on the floor. Well, how are you going to guard him? You can put a little guy on him. You're going to put it big. You can wear both of them out.
8th in the league in free throws. Parker's miss is finally brought down by Harden. Spurs down 3. Final minute, first quarter. Eric Maynard with it here. Pick and roll. Jefferson staying with Durant. Maynard kicks it off. 8 on the shot clock. Harden against Manu Ginobili. 5. And he carried the basketball. Good job of Ginobili just staying in front of a quick 6'5" rookie from ASU.
A great job by Manu there at the end of that play. And how about the effort by Richard Jefferson to keep Kevin Durant from catching the ball in the first place?
Spurs with a 10-second differential, shot clock and game clock. Blair fought away by Harden, and the Spurs turn it over. Their third of the night, 4th. Both teams with 4 turnovers. They scored 7 points off the Spurs turnovers. The Spurs have yet to score off the OKC miscue. Durant with 9 on the shot clock gives it up. Cephalosha knocks down the 3.
That's okay. You have to live with that sometimes. You got to make somebody else beat you.
Cephalosha just averaging 5.8 a game. Manu, 4 seconds to go. Wheels in the lane, goes up. That'll be a goaltend and a bucket for Manu Ginobili.
How about abusing the big there? I mean, Muller's never seen anything like that in college.
Inbounds comes here. 1 second. And that ends the first quarter. Thunder 27, Spurs 23. Spurs shooting 42%. And the same for the Thunder. They have taken advantage, though, Oklahoma City has, of the Spurs turnovers. You're watching it all on Fox Sports Southwest. Kevin Durant, who used to be cheered around here, is being a thorn in the side tonight. Point shooting, taking advantage of 4 Spurs turnovers and turned it into 10 points. And as a result, they start with the 4-point lead here in the beginning of the second quarter. Parker to Blair. And again, a near bucket, but a foul on a late whistle. And Dewan will get an opportunity to get a pair at the line as he gets ready for that. We want to tell you what a time to test drive a new Kia. You drive a new Kia vehicle to participating Greater San Antonio Kia retailer, and you'll get a voucher for 2 tickets to an upcoming Spurs home game while supplies last. For more info, log on to Spurs.com, keyword Kia. Speaking of home games, you better get here. There aren't a whole lot to choose from. There's some big-time teams coming in here, but the Spurs, who are 19-10 here at home, have 11 home games remaining after tonight. Sunday, it'll be Phoenix here.
Oh, we got Phoenix, we got Cleveland, Lakers again.
They're back to, or not back-to-back nights, but back-to-back on the home, the 2 games at home later on. Still good seats available for many of these remaining home games. Michael Finley deflects it, goes out of bounds. 27-25. Comes out to Maynard. Looks to Mullins, instead to Harden. Another 3, they got it going from there. This one won't go. Richard Jefferson high for the rebound. First board of the night. Jefferson kicks it out. Finley rims the 3. Harden comes off. Michael's going to have to knock a little of the rust off. He didn't play in the second part of that rodeo road trip to the East Coast. Missed all 3 of those. Did not play in all 3, even though he suited up.
Well, I like the effort by both players. I like Richard trying to penetrate, sucking that defense, and Michael Finley takes the right shot.
Parker picked up the foul. Tony's first. Team's first here with first minute of the second quarter. Cephalosha misses. Rebound, Manu. Ginobili, Jefferson, Parker. Blair and Finley for the Spurs. Bucket to tie, a 3 to lead. Manu slams it home. Went around him like parking pylons.
Yes, he did. And Mullins again, the big is getting abused. Give him a break, though. He's just a rookie. He's never seen a guy like Manu Ginobili. Manu just weaving his way around the defenders and finishing with a beautiful dunk.
Mullins 1 year at Ohio State. He was the Big Ten Freshman of the Year. Just his 10th game this season. Harden rotates it. Cephalosha again. They're saying we're going to make you prove it, even though Cephalosha is a 31% three-point shooter.
31's not that hot.
He blocks Ginobili's 3, and watch out. Harden and the dunk.
That's a tough play there. Normally, Manu can saunter into that three-point, likes to lull a lot of defenses to sleep, and Cephalosha on top of that. So I think he got a little bit of body there, Bill.
That's what the fans certainly felt. Jefferson. As Jefferson makes it a 29-all game, and Richard getting his first bucket of the night. Jefferson, 13 points in Oklahoma City, just 4 in the first meeting here that the Thunder won. It was back in November. Cephalosha on the drive this time and draws a crowd and a foul. Take a look at that block on Ginobili and see if it was all ball and no body.
Well, Cephalosha trying to get there at the last minute, gets a block there, and then he hits the body. So I think the officials are looking at it in the sense where it was a clean block first.
Leads to a Harden dunk, and now Cephalosha goes to the free throw line. 6'7", 215, fourth year in the league from Switzerland. A 25-year-old. Plays 29 minutes a night. Started every ball game. Blair picked up his second foul on that play. Team's second here with 9:40 to go in the first half. And Cephalosha hits the second one, 67% free throw shoot. Thunder by 1. Parker. Jefferson, and knocked away.
And you see with Oklahoma City there, I mean, initially they played solid defense, but if you manage to beat one of those guys in a one-on-one situation, they use those long arms to reach around and never give up on plays.
Jefferson finally gets it in here to Manu Ginobili. Just shows you how strong they are defensively. Finley turns it over. Maynard, 5 turnovers, and nope, not a bucket yet. Cephalosha now gets it on the second attempt. That's been the other thing. The offensive rebounds have been all Oklahoma City. They've got 4 tonight. The Spurs have yet to get one.
Yeah, they're using all that athleticism. Getting free and clear lanes to the basket.
Ginobili feeds Finley. Michael still can't find a range.
I just felt that one was good right there after the ball movement. Michaels had a nice rhythm shot, just couldn't get it to go.
32-29. Maynard backs up a step. Now back to Jeff Green. He launches the 3. Rebound Jefferson. Thunder 34% three-point shooting team of the year. The Spurs 36.4. Jefferson's shot won't go. Kind of like the aggressive move. Cephalosha the other way. And now Harden. Westbrook with Ginobili on him. Jeff Green goes right at Blair. Rebound comes off to Finn. The Thunder shooting 38%. The Spurs 40%.
Right now, both teams going small, and no one able to take advantage.
Ginobili draws the foul. And that's the second on Westbrook as a timeout is called. 32-29 as you look at Ginobili weaving his way to the bucket. 3-point edge with both teams trying to find the shooting range here this evening. Bill Land, Sean Elliott, Andrew Monaco with you. I want to remind you to play Lotto Texas for a chance to win a jackpot as big as the Lone Star State. Right now, the estimated annuitized jackpot is $51 million. So play Lotto Texas today. Maybe it's your lucky day. Our Tostitos dunk of the game, Manu Ginobili getting to the rim.
We love Manu going top shelf, and right here just weaves his way around one screen there by DeJuan Blair, and then just undresses Mullins in the paint. I mean, the big there's got to step up and stop the basketball. And not only does he get dunked on, but the ball comes down and hits him. That's just a little extra measure of humiliation.
To create your own dunk of the game, be sure to pick up some Tostitos chips and salsa. It's the perfect addition to your next Spurs game or party, as Manu delivered his own salsa on that one.
Yes, he did.
8:08 remaining in the half. Spurs, see if Finn, yeah, he's staying on. And following that foul, Spurs ball on the side, 14 on the shot clock. Into Tony Parker, Cephalosha guarding him. Tim Duncan back on after 22 minutes of real rest. Finley, floater wouldn't go. Well, Michael's had some good looks, nice moves, just can't get any breaks right now. And rebounds 21-15 Thunder.
And Timmy thought he had that tip. Thought he had that little putback. Just finessed it a little too much.
Richard Jefferson picks up the foul. Third team foul on the Spurs. Kevin Durant comes back.
I wonder if George Gervin looks at Kevin Durant and sees his double. I mean, really, they have the same type of body as players. I've seen George's body now. Back in the day, I mean, these guys, I mean, they have almost the exact same build. They're both big-time scorers.
Jeff Green beats the shot clock there to make it 34-29. Durant was getting some ice applied to his hip. I don't know if that was from that ball he took earlier while he was out. Yeah, they play similar as George Hill. Got this one to go. But you think of those guys with the long arms, and they just play the game with an ease and a sense of, I'll go wherever I want, do whatever I want.
Exactly.
When I want.
Well, with those long arms, you're never going to get your shot blocked. Makes it a lot more comfortable for you out there.
And play without, when things aren't going well, you still don't see a lot of motion. They know they're going to get theirs. Harden, the three, no, got his own rebound here. So again, the offensive board's a huge factor, as well as the turnovers and what they've been able to do with it. They've scored 12 points on 5 Spurs turnovers. Durant, a second chance opportunity, can't score here.
You're just talking about it, Bill, and you see how he casually turns around and shoots the ball right over the top of George Hill. And George isn't a little guy.
Spurs, good movement here. Sets up Jefferson. On drop. San Antonio now just a shade under 40%. Jefferson 1 of 4 tonight. Spurs 39%, Thunder 37% shooting. Another foul called here. George Hill picks up his first foul with 6:11 to go. Fourth team foul on the Spurs. Thunder coming in at 33-22. They've got Minnesota at home Friday and then Toronto on Sunday. Spurs at Houston Friday and then Phoenix here Sunday for that noon game. Green the miss. And now Richard Jefferson brings it up to Finley. Into Duncan. Block and a foul. Green or Durant, one or the other. We'll see as they made a sandwich of him. It's on Kevin Durant, so that's good. His first.
That's a good high-low pass there. Tim Duncan working the low block. George Hill's going to cut off him and go all the way to the basket.
Fans enjoying the comeback of the Spurs at the HEB Fan Zone. First home game of the month after the long rodeo road trip. They want to remind you to join us Sunday for the State Farm Lone Star Face-Off. It's hockey night in Texas as we celebrate the rivalry of 2 of Texas AHL teams, the San Antonio Rampage and the Texas Stars. Don't miss any of the action during the State Farm Lone Star Face-Off Sunday at 5 p.m. only on Fox Sports Southwest. Spurs will come back with Parker, Hill, Ginobili, Jefferson, and Duncan. And the Thunder with Cephalosha, Kristich, Harden, Westbrook, and of course Kevin Durant. Both teams below 40% shooting here, but the Thunder's knocked down 4 of 8 from 3. The Spurs are just 1 of 6. And they've outboarded San Antonio 23-17, including 5-0 in offensive rebounds.
Now, that's kind of surprising. No offensive boards throughout this first half, especially considering that DeJuan Blair hit the floor.
Tim Duncan at the free throw line. Tim gets his 4th point of the night. Spurs are 9 of 12 from the free throw line. Duncan 75% on the year, leading the team in scoring and rebounding, 19 and 11 respectively. Timmy, this one. Spurs back within 1, 34-33 as you take a look at the HEB hustle stats. Thunder, Sean mentioned those arms and steals. How about Manu? George Hill looking for help. Back out to Richard Jefferson. Be careful. Calls the timeout, not in time. A jump ball, unless one of the other officials heard it. Greg Willard had the view we had. He called jump ball.
Well, we have to take a look at that. I'm not sure anybody even got a hand on the ball before Timmy called timeout. There's the great steal by Manu Ginobili. Just leads George Hill just a tad too much. George not able to make a play there, and Kevin Durant getting back involved in that play. And
how about 2 points for Oklahoma City on the takedown?
yeah,
Near fall, maybe.
that's a missed opportunity.
And as a result, they win the jump, and here is Westbrook out front again. On the drive, and Richard Jefferson with a foul. Trying to hang on, literally, apparently, to Kevin Durant. Second on Richard.
Well, they're trying to do whatever they can to keep the ball out of his hands. And Pop has been steadily changing defenders in and out on Kevin Durant. We've seen George Hill on him, Keith Bogans, Richard Jefferson. Everybody's getting a shot.
And Durant, who was 4 of 8 from the floor, and put him with the free throw line, and they are in the bonus now with the Spurs picking up that foul. And 5:21 to go in the half. Durant's 3 of 3 from the line, a dozen points, 7 boards, 2 assists. Also a couple of steals as he hits both free throws.
Again, I mean, just every part of his offensive game is solid. I don't see a weakness. Maybe if you make him go left, he's not as, his percentages go down. Well, other than that, I don't know how you stop this guy.
Foul here is on Kristich. Picks up his second foul. Team foul number 4. Spurs will get it on the side. Now, Durant, the 2 meetings against the Spurs this year, he had 25 here in their win, 35 in Oklahoma City in the Spurs victory. Manu with 10 on the shot clock. Going against Durant to the bucket. Finds Parker, looking for 2. Timmy tips it back out, watch out. Westbrook read that perfectly. Hill scrambles in the double team. And now splits the defense. Tries to find Jefferson, deflected out of bounds, Spurs basketball.
Wow, I mean, that's a terrific effort there by George just to get that ball back across the half court and give it that play. He was double teamed in the back court. He makes a dangerous spin right there against Westbrook. Durant's not there to help out, and they almost complete a nifty play.
Spurs get it back with 17 on the shot clock. Bogans re-enters the game. Now to Manu Ginobili. Right back to George. Up. Nope. How many of those tonight?
He had no space to get that shot up, though. He was underneath with all those long arms. That's an intimidating shot.
Foul the other way. Stops the action. George Hill will be called for that one. 36-33 Thunder. Second of the night on George. I remind you that Planet Fitness is having its final sale of the year. Visit any one of their 5 locations. Sign up as a new member between now and March the 2nd, and you'll receive 2 free Spurs tickets. For more information, log on to planetfitness.com, or of course, you can always go to spurs.com.
The guys are missing these little chip shots, Bill, because they're rushing shots up there quickly. And that just tells me that our guys are bothered by the length of these Thunder defenders. And you're just rushing shots up there because if you take your time and try to focus, you're going to get it blocked. And you may not get your shot up.
A little anxious, and it has certainly had an effect on them because the Spurs are 37%. They very easily could have made like 3 or 4 more.
Sure.
When you're shooting 50%. Westbrook steps up to the free throw line now. Rebound to Tim Duncan. Fans love that as it took him forever to get to the line. Westbrook 77% on the year. He's been getting the last laugh lately. Last 6 games, he's averaged 21 points and 10 assists. And a defensive 3 seconds here on Harden, the rookie. Asked for an explanation, gets it from Greg Willard. Manu Ginobili will go to the free throw line for the tee. And Manu makes it a 4-point game, 36, or 2-point game, 36-34. 4:27 to go in the half. Mason just ended the game, gives to Manu and now to Timmy. Ginobili knocked away, got it back, blocked by Durant, and taken away.
That's what I'm talking about, all arms. I mean, Manu gets his first pass deflected by Kristich, and then he gets a block by Durant. Just so much length for that Oklahoma City ball club.
Manu says, my basketball, and then a foul, and is that a clear pass foul?
I'll tell you what, Manu Ginobili is turning back the clock. Durant trying to make something happen. Manu, give me that. I mean, that's a terrific effort by Manu Ginobili. I mean, outstanding anticipation to step up and steal the ball from the leading scorer in the NBA.
So Ginobili with the Spurs in the bonus will go to the free throw line. And well, both teams, Sean, have got to be saying, if we can make a shot or two, we can get a little separation here, right? I mean, this game has just had no rhythm to it.
A little bit of a run. I'd like to see our guys close this half off in style and get some confidence going in the locker room.
Manu hits them both. So Ginobili in double figures now. Manu's slowly bumping that average up on the season as Ginobili up to nearly 14 a game, 13.8. Spurs last field goal at 7:11 on the clock. We now have 3:50 to go. Green backs down against Bogans. Puts it in.
And there's your other score right there. You got to deal with Durant and Westbrook and Harden, and there's Green. He's one of the forgotten guys out there. He's a sensational player in his own right.
Bogans to Hill. Looks inside the Tim. Got deep this time on Kristich. Great movement, and the Spurs get a bucket.
That's excellent footwork by Tim Duncan, and he buries Kristich underneath in the low block, and there's nothing Kristich can do.
Duncan, 7.7 boards. Spurs getting their first field goal in nearly 4 minutes. Durant the other way. He's one of just 4 that have scored for the visiting Thunder. This one ran.
Just look at that length. He's got George Hill on him. He dribbles right into the double team, waiting for Tim Duncan, and just shoots the ball right over the top of Timmy.
15 for Durant, 12 for Green. Mason gives and goes. Duncan, little fade, got it, and he's fouled. Timmy.
Well, that's vintage Tim Duncan right there, going to work against Kristich. Gives him a little outside move, like he's going to go toward the baseline, and pulls it through. A little guard there, not there in time to close the gap. This guy here, Kristich, he gets thrown in the blender here. He's coming off a screen and roll, and look how far he is. You freeze it right there. Look how far he's out of that play. He has no business being that far out. Tim Duncan is open already, but you're going to see he's going to bury this guy underneath again. There you see Kristich trying to get back in the play. He's going to try to cover up the gap. But as the ball swings back, you freeze it right there. He's already taken his eye off the basketball, doesn't know where Timmy and the ball are at the same time. Timmy faked him outside, steps back in, and he catches the ball 3 feet away from the basket. And Kristich starts out way beyond the three-point line. He's out of position there. And once you're out of position to start a play, you're out of position the entire play.
Tim Duncan starting to gear it up tonight. 9.7 rebounds, 4 assists in 13 minutes. Spurs coming back home for the first time since January 31st after going 4-4 on the road trip. And Pop talking before the game and saying, when you look at the schedule, they're good teams, but he goes, it's these teams like Oklahoma City and Houston and the teams that you're jostling for playoff position, where these games, if you can get the season edge, you may end up tied. It may be the difference between 6th, 7th, 4th, 5th, who knows? Right. And that could be huge. So he certainly relayed the importance to the team that, hey, we need these games. George Hill all the way, got it again.
He just follows his right tackle, number 21, Tim Duncan. He opens up a huge hole, and George just follows him through and goes all the way for a touchdown. So we like that play.
So Duncan, Hill, Ginobili, 10 points each. Durant here. Spurs by 3. Oh, and an excuse me foul on George Hill. I'm just saying hi to him. I just wanted to touch him. He's the scoring leader in the league. Come on, ref.
It's getting a little too handsy.
How about that?
And here's George. And watch Tim Duncan in the middle of your screen right up there. He just clears out Kristich, and George Hill follows him all the way through the hole.
Third foul on George Hill, so Tony Parker will come back. Pop a word with George. Durant. 43-42. Durant 6 of 6 from the line. 17 points, and it's like, oh really?
Yeah. Just casual 17.
Ginobili going to work again, to the rack. No, Timmy right there to put it back in.
And that's Harden right there. He's the guy who has to take Tim Duncan off the glass. That's a rookie mistake. Timmy just follows Manu Ginobili all over the basket, and he's there to clean up that mess.
Duncan with a dozen. Green to Westbrook, into Kristich. Back to Westbrook. Kristich, a reposting situation. 9 on the clock. Up and under on Timmy. No. Rebound to Duncan. Gives it off to Roger Mason Jr. How about a hip slapper? Got it for 3! Roger Mason Jr. And he's coachable.
Hey, you called it, partner.
Timeout. Oklahoma City with 1:13 to go in the half.
And Bill, you saw that play developing right there. Everybody running down the floor in transition. And McDyess holds up, sets that screen right there for Roger. And it's all good. And there you see the hip slap. You called for it. He was listening.
Wish they'd all wear their earpiece. Hey folks, the 2010 Spurs and Silver Stars basketball camps are not far away. Presented by Ashley Furniture Home Store. You have the opportunity to learn basketball skills, practice drills, and game competition. 9 weeks available, June, July, and August, including an overnight camp. Register by April 12th, and you'll receive a ticket to a Spurs game night experience. To register, please visit Spurs.com or SASilverstars.com for a free brochure and application. Give them a phone call at 210-444-5021. Camps are sponsored by Ashley Furniture and Home Store, Gatorade, Luby's, and Academy Sports and Outdoors. Roger Mason Jr. averaging 7 points a game. That three's big for him. He went 0 for 3 from the arc against Detroit, missed both against Philadelphia in the previous game. And you know, Roger, at 37%, all he needs is 1 or 2 to fall, and it could be a load.
Yeah, and he's going a hot streak.
Oklahoma City has gone 2 minutes without a field goal as we approach the 1 minute mark now. Westbrook wheels on Parker, and the foul will be on Tony.
I just don't like that at all.
Number 9.
I tell you what the Spurs do there. They do a great job scouting that play out. That plays for Kevin Durant. Timmy ends up picking him up at the end of that play, and Westbrook forces that. And that's a charge every day.
Except today. Yeah. Westbrook. Go ahead and say it.
The ball don't lie.
Thank you, Sheed. You know you're in trouble when you're quoting him. So Westbrook, but he's right, 77%. And Russell Westbrook yet to score tonight, out of bounds. How about this? Westbrook 0 of 4 from the line, 0 of 4 from the field for a guy averaging 16.5 points a game and averaging 21 a game over the last 6. So Spurs have done a number on him. Manu kicks it off to McDyess. Rebound to Kristich.
We haven't scored on that play yet. We're 0 for 2, but I love the action we're getting. Manu he missed a layup at the rim the first time. That time, that was a wide open look. A good look for Antonio.
Duncan saves it. Here comes Tony. Thinking 2 for 1, but they're going to have to shoot it right there, and Pops is back off a second.
Yeah, bring it out, run some offense, get a quality shot.
Get a bucket here. Spurs leading it by 6, their biggest lead of the night. 6 on the shot clock for Tony Parker against Durant to McDyess. They try it from the other side. Manu fighting for it. Loose one comes off. Westbrook on the dribble. 4 seconds. Durant. They turned it over. as the clock expires. So the Spurs, all things considered, you got to take it. Up 6, 48-42 after shooting poorly much of the night.
Yeah, didn't play their best basketball. They're bothered by the length of the Oklahoma City Ball Club. Hey, but they have the lead going in the locker room at halftime, and that's what matters.
Spurs 48-42, lead by 6. Watch it all on Fox Sports Southwest. Rick Renner has it back in the studio when we come back.
Difficult for Kevin Durant and the rest of Oklahoma City. The things that we did well in the first half have to continue and do a little bit better in the second, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Andrew. Spurs get the ball to start the second half in George Hill with Westbrook on him. Hill, Parker, Duncan, McDyess and Bogans the way they started the game. Timmy shuffles to Bogans for 3, and that's the way they started the game. Keith Bogans with a 3.
Big shot there, especially coming out of the locker room. Timmy gets double teamed in the low block and has the vision to find Keith Bogans by himself in the opposite corner.
Westbrook. Kristich. And he hits the jumper here. Oklahoma City with the final 3 minutes of the first half without a field goal, and Kristich breaks that drought. 51-44, his first bucket. Bogans, another 3. Off the iron, it comes off to Cephalosha. Westbrook will push the pace.
Oh, the Spurs have done a tremendous job on Russell Westbrook.
Kristich, the offensive board, and the and one. Tim comes to help. That left an alley for Kristich on the glass.
And Kristich, first off, he gets a jumper to start off this second half. This time he gets an offensive board and a putback. An opportunity for an and one, but you're exactly right. It's when Timmy comes over to help out on Russell Westbrook. That's where Kristich is making his living.
Kristich becoming their 5th player to score and gets the 3-point play. 51-47. So just like that, OKC down 9, cuts it right to 4. Parker picking up that foul. That's a 3rd on Tony. Bogans backs off now. Duncan to Tony Parker. In trouble. Oh, he walked first.
He had that little floater as soon as he comes off that screen. And that's just, again, rust and not having your timing and your rhythm. As soon as he comes off that screen and roll, if he comes through with that floater, no one's blocking it.
Did an MRI on Tony's hip and basically came up saying that he's got a strained muscle there, and a lot of it is going to be pain tolerant. There's Kristich. Where was that in the first half?
Yeah.
Kristich has come out, and he's got their first 7, and it's 51-49.
We talked about in the first half saying he's very serviceable. When he was in New Jersey early on in his career, he was on his way to being a terror.
Timmy muscles it up and in, and the Spurs go back up by 4. Duncan with 14 and 10 rebounds. Another double-double for number 21. His 30th double-double of the season.
I'd like to ask him how he even got that shot off.
Hill saw that one, steals it. Tim gives it right back to Tony Parker now.
Well, Pop was at half court making that adjustment on the fly, telling those guys, hey, switch it up. George Hill responds and comes up with a steal.
Well, McDyess has had some great looks, and he's 0 of 5 tonight. Westbrook all the way to the rim. Loose one. And a foul. Jeff Green to the bucket. With 4 Spurs there, Green ends up coming up with it. Well, there's a lot at stake when you look at the Western Conference standings, and the Spurs in the number 7 slot, and the Blazers sitting there 10.5 back as well, and you got the Thunder a game and a half ahead of the Spurs. Phoenix with that win last night flip-flop with Oklahoma City by beating the Thunder. Mavericks playing the Lakers tonight. And other than the Lakers, and the Nuggets certainly have shown, I think, a little bit of an edge, but
yeah.
I don't think anyone really fears anyone other than LA. Maybe even not.
I would say you're exactly right.
And I don't know if anybody fears the Lakers, but they're clearly the best team.
Yeah, they're clearly the best team in the Western Conference. I don't think anybody would dispute that. You see what happens, with the rest of the teams. I mean, we go into Denver and blow them out by 20 points. Every other team besides the Lakers in the West are very capable of losing to each other.
Tim on the drive and a foul. Good ball movement set that one up. And Duncan back to the free throw line as Kristich picks up his 3rd foul. Tim Duncan, 14 points. And now 5 of 5 from the free throw line as Tim makes the Spurs 15 of 18 as a ball club, 83%. They were 82 up in Detroit. Like, shot it well in the last 3 games of that rodeo road trip.
When you start making free throws, it covers up a lot of mistakes.
54-50, 9:20. Durant, no. Loose ball foul. Tony Parker, and that is his 4th foul. So Parker with 9:20 to go in the third. Sean, I haven't gotten your opinion. You mentioned the Lakers playing Dallas. What did you think of the trade that Dallas made at the All-Star?
I thought it was a great trade, to be honest with you. To bring in Brendan Haywood, I thought, you know, with Dampier and Haywood, just a lot of big men that can continue to throw at you. And Haywood is a good shot blocker, and he can score in the low block, and he's a good rebounder. And so far, that trade's been paying pretty big dividends for the Mavs.
Yeah, those guys are going to feel like they got out of jail the way the Wizards are playing too.
And on top of that, you get Caron Butler. I mean, I think everybody's looking at that trade saying, well, the Mavs get Caron Butler, but really, I'm looking at Brendan Haywood and his interior presence.
Spurs lead has been cut to 2. Keith Bogans. Dice can't control it. Westbrook again on the run. Russell Westbrook is 21 years old, but a second-year player at UCLA. The Spurs scramble for this one. Jefferson, as Duncan goes sprawling, comes up with it.
The Spurs catch a break there. Kevin Durant misses a chip shot for him.
Jefferson 5 rebounds tonight. Just 2 points on 1 of 4 shooting. McDyess to Duncan, little high, saves it to Jefferson for 2. Timmy scrambles out of there with another board. 11 for him. Reset with George Hill. Kristich comes way out again. Hill spots Tim, squeezes in between and scores.
That's terrific recognition there by George. Just working his man both ways off the screen and roll, finally finding Tim Duncan wide open underneath.
Tim now with 17 points. Cephalosha to Durant. Oh. And the foul is called. It's on Bogans, his first. Hey folks, register now for a chance to be a Spurs MVP for a day. Visit any participating Greater San Antonio Kia retailer or Spurs.com to enter keyword Kia. Brought to you by Kia Motors, the power to surprise. Ball deflected. Bogut saves, out of bounds. And we'll go back to Oklahoma City. 6 on the shot clock. Pop up quickly, yelling some instructions defensively. Kevin Durant. Got to figure this one's going up.
Wow, look at the footwork there. Managed to still get that shot off of a dead run.
Speaking of the Lakers in Dallas, that one's 48-41. 2 minutes to go in the second quarter tonight. McDyess just cannot knock it down.
Well, that's been the same for virtually everybody.
Oh, wow. How quick was that? Oh, goodness gracious. Pop with a timeout. The 56-54 on the flush from Kevin Durant.
And it's a beautiful pass, but watch the athletic ability. He just makes it look so easy. This is as easy as it gets. Kevin Durant going top shelf.
Elliott-like.
Good switching to
Spurs basketball at the AT&T Center. The first game back following the 8-game rodeo road trip. Spurs by 2, 56-54. Bill Land, Sean Elliott, Andrew Monaco with you. And yeah, good to see the Coyote again, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
The one and only and the best.
It's probably smelling good too right now.
Yeah, he still got on his rodeo gear, doesn't he?
He's had plenty of time to wash up that furry, that shaggy coat.
Got some work to do in his area too, doesn't he? Spurs shooting 3 of 8 to start this third quarter. The Thunder 5 of 10, 50%. Tim Duncan leading the way again. 17 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists as they come in here tonight wanting to get this W before they go to Houston Friday night. Houston playing Orlando tonight. The Rockets made a deal as well that may pay off for them in the long run during that break, but they have struggled recently.
I think so. They had to get rid of Tracy McGrady. They had to get him out of there. And just everything that was swirling around the fact that, can he come back? Can he play for us anymore? That was a huge distraction for that ball club. Now they got him out of there. They got some good young players in return, and they're stacked and loaded.
Westbrook. Now Kristich back out to Westbrook with 10 on the shot clock. Kristich. And a foul. Antonio McDyess picks up his second foul.
That was a smart play there by Westbrook. He hasn't been able to hit the broadside of a barn tonight. And instead of going into that difficult jump shot, he drops it off to Kristich underneath.
Kristich with a miss. Kristich, 71% free throw shooter. And they are 10 of 17 tonight, 59%. The Spurs are 79%, 15 of 19. And another good there. George Hill will bring it up. 6:24 to go, third quarter. Spurs by 1. Biggest lead was 9 here in the third quarter to start it when Bogans hit a 3. Kristich went on a bit of a run. Been tight since then. Tim trying to go inside, knocked away. McDyess scrambles to get it back for the Spurs. 3 on the shot clock. Jefferson on the drive. Shot clock expires.
Somebody's got to know that out there. It's just a lack of communication. Well, you see how perplexed Pop is on that play.
That tells the story, doesn't it?
You have to know somebody has to be shouting out there that the clock is running down.
Jeff Green. Jefferson goes up for the rebound. 6 boards on the night for Richard. Lobs it into Timmy. They come over for the steal attempt. And then the foul as Tim goes up. Jeff Green got him, and Duncan will go back to the free throw line after Green's first foul of the night. The Thunder, one of the things they've done to so impressively turn things around so quickly. Last year, they're 23 and 59. Brooks took over, mentioned earlier for PJ. They're 33 and 22 coming in here. And you mentioned it earlier, Sean, defensively, they are remarkably better.
Yeah.
And I don't know how do you get a young team to buy in like that?
I think it takes, for a young ball club, it takes them to get a couple of wins. And so they have to start believing in themselves, and they have to see an early return. If they have to believe in something as the season goes along, it's not working out. Maybe from one night to the next, it's good. Next night, it's bad. That's not going to really, get those guys involved. But if it starts paying off for them early on, and they're getting wins, and they start to accumulate wins, all of a sudden they're saying to themselves, "Hey, there's something to this defense. We got to go out there and we got to play some solid D." And let me tell you, they play hard defense. They're in the right positions right now, and they're using their arms and their athletic ability.
Now, last night, Scott Brooks said Phoenix shoots 50%. He goes, that's what's happened. You let teams get that kind of shooting against you. Durant, no. Out of bounds, and to go to Oklahoma City. We got to change this. We'll have a little confed. Yeah, Spurs basketball. Pop I hope he's been working out, because if not, he's got a muscle tear of his own.
Yeah, he's trying to stomp holes in the floor. It doesn't work, Pop. The court's going to win that battle every time. He's stomping his feet so hard, the officials had to change that call.
58-55. Duncan to Finley. Tim. Nope. Manu tried to knock it back out. It comes off to Durant. Spurs gone 3 minutes without a field goal.
It's just solid D by the Thunder. It looks like they're playing a little bit of a zone there. And every time the ball comes to somebody, if you're not going to shoot it, they're using their arms to help out. They're using their athletic ability to help out, close the gap. and no one's getting a good look right now.
And Westbrook makes his first shot of the night. He's 1 of 8. Yeah, their opponent field goal percentage last year, team shot 47.5. This year it's 43.8. That is an incredible amount of improvement. As Manu can't hit here. Durant out to Westbrook. And Westbrook, who misses his first 7, then hits 2 quickly. And 59-58 Thunder.
That's not a good sign there. A guy who's been ice cold the entire ball game comes down and knocks down his last 2.
Timmy backs in. And a kick is, well, there'd be a foul.
Our guys right now are just a little out of sync on the offensive end of the floor. That time right there, Manu Ginobili catches the ball. He has a wide open shot, but instead he takes it right back into the teeth of the defense and finds himself trying to make a difficult pass to Timmy along the baseline instead of just shooting that ball. And that's what's been happening over the last 5 or 6 possessions. Guys aren't making the right decisions out there. Instead of turning around, shooting the basketball, or getting a wide open look, they're trying to put it on the floor, do a little bit too much, and that's playing right into the hands of Oklahoma City.
Jefferson inbounds. Jefferson, McDyess, and Finley have all struggled in the shooting area as they're combined 1 of 14. Here's Michael, another good look. This one still won't go.
That's okay. That's the one you got to take.
Yeah, you got to keep firing.
Yeah.
Especially a guy like Finley.
And that's the right shot to take, too. I mean, he doesn't try to put it on the floor, take it into the defense.
Kevin Durant with Duncan, Finley both hanging on him. Makes no difference. 61-58.
You know, Bill, it doesn't matter. You can bring your biggest guy at him, and he plays bigger. Again, he's like a 7'1" or 7'2" guy with those long, if you want to even call them arms, you call them wings. Okay? There's no way you're going to get to a shot.
Jefferson. Finally. 4 minutes and 57 seconds between field goals. That's the bad news. The good news, you're down 1.
Yeah, and he almost had to force that shot up. I mean, he had to go into the crease there, go between 2 or 3 players to get that shot up.
Kristich rattles out Manu. Spurs had it covered that time. Ginobili, 10 points on the drive, got it. The Spurs regain the lead, 62-61, a dozen for Manu, 19 for Tim and 10 for Hill, the double-figure scores. Durant with 21 and Green 15 to lead the Thunder. Timeout OKC. Player coming in for the Spurs, Manu Ginobili, giving San Antonio the lead.
Oh, they're so obsessed with keeping the ball away from Tim Duncan. You see Kristich right there fronting, no defense on the backside. Manu Ginobili able to take advantage.
62-61, Spurs by 1. Bill Land, Sean Elliott, Andrew Monaco with you here. How about a little Toyota trivia tonight to see if you're up with it? What player has scored the most points in the NBA from the University of Texas? Now recently they've had a heck of a run of players. Marcus Aldridge, of course, was before Durant. Go back further, Royale Ivy. Possibly a hint up in the rafters here. And you've also got DJ Augustine's only been around a few years.
No, none of those guys
go back further than that.
Yeah. That's a good one.
TJ Ford, of course, has been around, what, 6-7 years maybe? Green with the jumper here. Lead goes back to OKC, 63-62. Jeff Green with 15. 17, beg your pardon there. Manu with it out front. 1:53 to go in the third. Tony Parker. Ginobili once again on the rebound, this time for Manu. He's got 6 boards, 14 points, Spurs lead.
How in the world does he get that rebound? He makes the pass to Tony in the first place, then he clears out, and all of a sudden he's flying from the left side. It's like there are 2 or 3 of them out there.
Kristich rattles out. Jefferson comes up with it, lays it off for Tony Parker. Parker tonight, just 4 points, only taken 5 shots. Played 21 minutes. Inside, Blair. And DeJuan. Looked like he was going right into a block, but that's DeJuan Blair, isn't it? Unorthodox.
He knows how to get his shot off in the paint. When he's patient, he can get his shot off. When he rushes is when he misses with little chip shots.
66-63. Harden right at him. Out of bounds. Spurs basketball with 55 seconds to go. Cephalosha comes back for Oklahoma City.
I'd like to see the Spurs manage the clock here a little bit. You come down, you take a quick one. Gives Oklahoma City a definite 2-for-1 opportunity.
Parker running out front. Now to Manu. 15 on the shot clock, 46 in the game. Ginobili. Maynard the other way. Great move and one.
Now we have everybody contributing. Yeah, Maynard making plays on the open court. And Manu doesn't get the call. Oklahoma City going the opposite direction, and that's a nice crossover there by the rookie.
One shot.
And Maynard, chance for the three-point play. Blair picks up his 3rd foul. DeJuan with 5 points and a rebound so far tonight. Not duplicating that 28-21 now. Out of bounds, Spurs ball, 33 seconds to go.
I
What do you
would say
do here?
they're probably going to walk it up and take their time and get a good shot.
Parker waits a moment before he picks it up. Strong to the hole. Block.
Trying to go 2-for-1 there.
Durant takes it away with the block. And Tony does not get many shots blocked. It just tells you again about the ability of Kevin Durant.
That's a good block there, and Tony just proved me wrong. I thought he was going to take his time and get a good shot. He just went headstrong toward the basket, and that's got to be a walk.
Walk or a foul, and it leads to a dunk for Cephalosha. 6 seconds to go. Manu. Got it! 1 second to go! And Ginobili has got Scott Brooks pounding the scorer's table.
I'm telling you what, that'll get you yelled at. And Manu Ginobili, 6 seconds, and takes the entire Thunder ball club to the rack.
What a sequence.
Look at Manu Ginobili, just so clever and crafty. The crossover there on Cephalosha, he gets caught reaching. Let's see how many guys are involved in that play. How about 4 or 5?
So Ginobili, strong in the quarter. He's got 16 tonight, and the Spurs have the lead 68-67 after 3. Now let's go to the Aaron studio for the Aaron's Lucky Dog Update. Result, take the lead, even though they're outscored 25-20 in the 3rd quarter by Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City on the night shooting 43%, the Spurs 41%. And it would appear that we're headed for another one of these down to the wire games.
Yeah.
Spurs lost here in November, 101-98. And Oklahoma City had an 11-point edge in the 3rd quarter to win that game, basically. And then the Spurs, of course, won in overtime up in OKC. And here they go, taking the lead to start the 4th quarter. And it's 69-68.
And there's Westbrook. All of a sudden, he's feeling good about himself.
Finley on the penetration, kicks to Jefferson. Richard drives, draws the foul.
He's got to remain aggressive out there. No Tim Duncan on the floor. You're going with a small lineup. Richard has an opportunity here to use his athletic ability and hopefully score some points.
And it's Cephalosha with his 4th foul, maybe their best defender, would you say?
Yep.
So you get another one on him, and you take away a lot of his aggressiveness and asset to this team. Richard hits the first one to tie it up at 69. Spurs tonight still struggling from three. 3 of 11, 27%. The Thunder 4 of 9 tonight. The Spurs, last 3 games, that rodeo road trip, Indiana, Philly, Detroit, they shot 29, 24, and 29% in order from 3. On the drive, Westbrook is fouled here by George Hill. George picks up his 4th foul.
So you have to give Westbrook a lot of credit. Goes 0-4 in that first half. Can't get a free throw to go, can't get a bucket to go. All of a sudden he turns it around here in the second half. And he's been extremely aggressive.
Spurs get the steal. Hill on the drive was going to lay it off to Blair. And fouled before. Juan Blair's dunked for naught, but at least keeps the fans back into it. Hey folks, you want to enter to win the Kraft Ultimate Road Trip, you can see the Spurs play the Lakers in LA. How much fun would that be? Winners receive air transportation, hotel accommodations, and tickets. See the Spurs-Lakers game on April 4 in Los Angeles. To find an entry card, go to the Kraft display at your participating San Antonio HEB. Greg Willard talking it over with Tony Brown and John Gobble. And shot clock the issue, I think. Take a few seconds off, it'll be 20 seconds on the shot clock. Finley to inbounds for the Spurs. Thunder's 2nd foul here in this 4th quarter. Richard Jefferson to Manu. Blair on the baseline. Jefferson still got time. Jefferson got bumped, no call. Finley, 5 on the clock. Hill firing. No. Rebound. Manu Ginobili wrestles it away from Pablo Cephalosha. 7 boards for Manu.
Manu's out there making lemonade, let me tell you. He's just doing absolutely everything.
Blair kicks it off. Offensive foul to Juan Blair.
Yeah. It's still a part of his game that he needs more work on. And that's catching that ball under control. It's a great pass here, but he cannot just leave his feet as soon as he catches the basketball. He's going to pick up a lot of charges that way. He's got to put that ball on the floor with some control and then make the pass.
4 fouls on Juan Blair. Durant, they come out to double. Cephalosha, no. George Hill weaving his way up. 10:25 to go. Spurs by 1, 70-69. Manu with Harden on him. Finley. George Hill again for 3. Got it!
Wow, and Oklahoma City was all over that play. They were all over that pass from Michael Finley to George Hill. It's deflected. But George still manages to catch that ball and drain the 3. Here it is. You watch. He's got Westbrook right there trying to play 2 guys at once, zoning it up. He's not going to come out there and contest the shot. Instead, he's going to play the pass. Still gets a piece of it, but not enough.
George Hill's got 13. Timeout with the Spurs up.
Now the AT&T Center is alive. The Spurs are up by 4 after the George Hill 3 and the timeout called by Oklahoma City. Now during this timeout, the coaches go to just to the left of the free throw line. Look at Tim Duncan. He's going to get the grease board, sit down in the chair that normally Greg Popovich sits in. He's going to sit down, talk with the rest of the players, and draw up what they're going to need to do. Sean Elliott, to you, just one more facet of Tim Duncan. He knows this Spurs offense and defense better than anyone, doesn't he?
No question about it. And I don't think anybody's going to try to pull him out of that chair.
I don't think so.
Including Pop.
Green is off to Maynard. 5 on the shot clock. Harden for 3.
Just too easy there. Maynard sucks in the defense, and Harden, it looks like he just lofted that ball up casually.
Harden, 5 points the last outing, 8 against Minnesota, but he had 14 and 17 the 2 games prior to that. Harden now with 8 tonight. Manu Ginobili. Spurs back by 3, 75-72 on Ginobili's jumper. And Manu with 18.
Well executed there, and you have to love the fact that Manu Ginobili has it going on.
Green misses the three, out of bounds. Spurs basketball with 9:07 remaining. Scott Brooks looking on. His club had a 9-game winning streak snapped by Phoenix last night, 104-102. Come in 11 above 500. It was the best winning streak for that franchise since back in the 04-05 season when they were in Seattle. Finley, the three. Manu, no, it's ripped down this time by Westbrook. Finley is 0 for 5. Westbrook, who's had the hot hand. This one will go. Jefferson climbing the iron. Oh, nearly stole it. We saw the same thing. Westbrook was like, wait a minute.
He almost got that ball back.
Hill.
There you go. You cleared DeJuan out, let George Hill go to work.
Can't hit the jumper.
That's just an experience right there, because once DeJuan Blair has the little guy on him, he can clear out or allow George Hill to take Jeff Green one-on-one. Don't bail the big guy out with a jump shot.
Cephalosha the easy two the other way. 1-point game, 75-74. Eight minutes remaining. Spurs by 1. Hill to Finley. Manu on the drive, draws the foul. The third Thunder foul of the quarter. That will be on Maynard. Maynard averaging 4 points a game. Second foul. Spurs deciding who inbounds. It'll be Richard Jefferson. Out to George Hill. Ginobili faking the long one. Knocked away. Cleanly, they say, by Green, and the ball go back to the Spurs with 7 on the shot clock.
Yeah, Manu Ginobili he just continues to impress me. Because there are other guys out there that can get their shot off, but Manu right now is by far the most active guy out there. I mean, he's all over the place. He's trying to will his team to victory.
On the inbounds, had a good look that wouldn't go. Rebound comes to OKC. Keith Bogan's getting ready to check in for the Spurs. Westbrook. And 1 for Russell Westbrook.
That's just strength and athletic ability. That's a strong move. Russell Westbrook is not a little guy. He's extremely explosive. Goes right at George there and is able to finish in the paint.
Spurs sub here as Parker comes in for George Hill. And Keith Bogans will give Manu a breather. Tony will bring it up. Tony Parker, probably see the scoring burden put a little bit more toward he and Richard Jefferson here, as your 3 double-figure scores on the night are all on the bench for the moment.
Yeah.
So who's going to take the initiative here? 8 on the shot clock. Jefferson. Blair eating the glass. Still can't get it. Again. Thank you, DeJuan.
He's turning back the clock. To the time he was in Oklahoma City just a month and a half or so ago where he dominated. There he is again with 2 offensive boards.
Needed that to tie the game. Just like that, it's untied by Westbrook. 79-77, and Westbrook come alive with the most important time. Got 11 points now, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. 5 of his last 6 shots, too. Blair with a left hand this time, counters for the Spurs.
I love the play there. Using his body, he just back screen up. Takes 2 power dribbles, and he's able to finish with his left hand.
9 points for DeJuan. Westbrook to the hole. Blair loose and a foul.
DeJuan had the rebound. It just popped out of his hands, and Westbrook again gets a gift. Solid D there, great help by Richard Jefferson. And you see, DeJuan looks like he has the board. And somehow Westbrook comes down with it.
I think Juwan felt that Westbrook had hooked his arm a little bit in garnering that basketball. But for Juwan, that's his 5th foul now with 6:16 to go. So in danger of fouling out another time against Oklahoma City.
Yeah, well, some of these fouls tonight have been legit. In Oklahoma City, you already know how I felt about that one.
Oh, really? So did just a few Spurs fans. Got out that yoga mat immediately.
Oh,
so
hey.
Calm down, big fella.
I was red, if you can believe that. I was turning purple. I was so mad.
Tony Parker gives it up here.
I was changing colors like a chameleon.
81-79. No, 81-81. Nice feed to Keith Bogans, and Bogans knots it at 81.
That's nice to get an easy basket.
Who's gonna blink first? Green will jump hook.
That's too easy. He catches the ball 5 feet away from the basket in the low block. Looked like a drill to him.
83-81 with 5:47 to go. Watching Spurs basketball on Fox Sports Southwest.
DeJuan going to work, drops it off to Keith Bogans for an easy bucket.
Welcome back, 83-81. Oklahoma City by a pair. Our Toyota trivia tonight concerned Texas and NBA players. What player from UT scored the most points in the NBA? And we threw out a lot of names, but did you get LaSalle Thompson? 7,806. And Kevin Durant won't take long to catch him, because Kevin Durant, only LeBron James has been scoring more at an earlier pace than whether it's 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 that he's passed now. And Kevin Durant tonight hasn't done anything to hurt himself. He's got 21 and 11. And there he sits behind Slater Martin and Kevin Durant. That is up to date, 5,162. You see Johnny Moore, of course, and then TJ Ford. But Kevin Durant quickly passed everyone. 21 in his 3rd year. Manu, the floater, got it. Tied again at 83. And Ginobili's got 20 now to face the Spurs. Duncan with 19 and 12 boards. Hill with 13.
Yeah, I like what PJ said the other day, where Manu Ginobili sees plays develop before they actually develop. And that time, that's the only way he can get to the basket the way he does. I mean, most players will pick up the ball, try to make a pass. Manu Ginobili keeps the ball and gets all the way to the basket for a layup. I mean, he weaves his way through 2 or 3 guys.
Foul here is called on Tony Parker, and he's a little perplexed. That was his 5th. So 5:15 to go. And you've got Blair with 5 also. And George Hill with 5. So 8 on the shot clock. Jeff Green is taking it strong. Knocked away, loose, regained by Harden. Cephalosha rotates. That's 24, now Westbrook. So hey, I think I'll give it to this guy. Kevin Durant goes to work. Rattles out to Tim Duncan. Tim has it knocked away by Green. Oklahoma City gets it back on the 10th turnover the Spurs have made tonight.
You just don't see turnovers like that from this ball club.
And Westbrook makes it hurt. They have scored now 18 points off the Spurs' 10 turnovers.
Yeah, and
that's 1.8 per turnover.
Right. I mean, you can't even qualify this one as a second chance point. It's like a 3rd chance or a 4th chance.
Ginobili. Spurs down 2. Spurs lose it. Westbrook. Duncan again with a rebound. Here comes Manu. Jefferson. Foul. Count it! And 1, Richard Jefferson. Oh, do the Spurs need that?
I love the decision there. not to try to make an extra pass. That ball swings around to you. The defense is shifting. It's a great pass by Manu Ginobili. You see the defense running out. That's the time to put the ball on the floor, use their momentum against them. And Richard, with some great concentration, able to finish that play off for an and one. You see the gap there. He has to take a shot. That's just tremendous focus, some power, and some concentration.
Tonight, when Jefferson has struggled a bit from the floor, he gets aggressive and goes to the rim, and he gets the three-point play, and the Spurs regain the lead. 86-85 Spurs.
I'll take a few more of those too, Bill.
18 lead changes tonight. 3:32 to go. By the way, Hill in for Parker on that whistle as well. Both playing with 5 fouls. Out to Westbrook, 4 on the shot clock. Going for 3. Nope. Rebound, Richard Jefferson.
That was a scary shot there. Pop wanted Manu Ginobili to crowd Russell Westbrook. Westbrook having a hot hand in the second half.
Jefferson to Bogans, all the way across to Manu. Ginobili with an incredible play here. Our Budweiser play of the game.
I'm telling you, absolutely one of the best blocks I've ever seen. You have 99.9% of the players in this league that wouldn't dare try to block that shot.
Got his shot blocked. George Hill says, take that! Oh, mama! Ginobili the wherewithal to feed George, and he puts a little ooey-pooey in it. And the Spurs by 4.
And how about Manu Ginobili again, not giving up on the play?
Manu Ginobili has just been a terror tonight.
Hey, I said earlier, he's trying to will his team to victory. I mean, just the effort is astounding. Comes down with his own rebound, finds George Hill in the opposite corner after the huge block. Yeah, my only thing is I wish after that block, we'd have the wherewithal to find Manu trailing the break. Maybe it's a 3-ball. His game is done. It's over with.
Westbrook, who's got 12 points in the 4th quarter. Westbrook doing it at crunch time, averaging 16 and a half. He got up to a horrendous start. Missed his first 7 shots, and now he's got it all going. Westbrook's hit his last 5 free throws as well now after missing his first 4. And it's 89-87 as Ginobili will bring it up. 2:24 to go. Jack Daniels giving the score by quarters. See, the Spurs had that 10-point edge in the second. And then Oklahoma City coming back to own the third. 8 on the shot clock for Duncan. They fake the double team. Manu firing. Got it again! The 3-ball from Ginobili! And Manu with 13 in the second half. 23 on the night. 92-87.
He's just doing it all. And he's the guy I want to have the ball right now. No one else.
Loose one. Duncan with a rebound. 1:48 to go. And Ginobili brings it up again.
Well, he's taking over the ball game. It's his game right now.
Nine on the shot clock. Duncan with the screen. Manu firing. Won't go. Rebound. Hill nearly lost his balance. Gives it right back to Ginobili, and a fresh 24 for the Spurs with a 5-point lead. Tim again with 10 on the shot clock. Ginobili to Jefferson. Kick out. George Hill. Back to Jefferson. Going tough shot. And a foul. Oh, Richard Jefferson wanted that badly. No more than us.
That would have been filthy. I'm telling you, he was trying to go top shelf in a big way. And you see his teammates. They love that type of effort. They don't want somebody going in there trying to finger roll that ball. Go in there, put it down with authority.
What's next? All these teams jostling for the playoff position. Whataburger bringing it to you. Friday at Houston on Ken's 5. Sunday, the noon game here against Phoenix. And then Monday at New Orleans. And that one will be on Fox Sports Southwest. Of course, you can catch them all on WAI and KCOR for the Spanish version with Paul Castro, Bill Schoening on WAI. Richard Jefferson. This is the first. 92-87. Jefferson 3 of 4 from the line. George Hill saves the day again. Got the rebound. his fourth board and his second big one here in the last 30 seconds.
Take your time here. No need to take a quick shot. The clock is your ally.
Spurs have been out-rebounded badly tonight. Have got two big ones here. Ginobili is fouled by Kristich on the way to the basket. That is 5 fouls on Kristich. And Manu will go to the line.
Now they picked on him all night in the screen and roll. Manu Ginobili coming off against Kristich. He wants this matchup one-on-one. He's going to win that battle a majority of the time.
So Ginobili to the free throw line for the Spurs. And hits the first. Manu coming in here at 85%. At 21 against Detroit, led the Spurs in the loss at Philly with 24. Knocks them both down here. He's leading them again with 25 tonight. And a timeout is called with it 94-87, a 20-second timeout. Spurs by 7. Don't go anywhere. 51 seconds remaining. Welcome back.
Defensive efforts. If not the block of the year in the NBA.
Remember the play against Dwayne Wade? I believe it was last year in Miami where he came out of nowhere. That is the only, against another one of the all-time greats in the NBA. Back to the action here. Spurs by 7. Don't want to give up a three and certainly don't foul. Durant misses the three. Who's got the rebound? How about Ginobili? And the foul by Westbrook.
It's almost like, you know, he's out there by himself. He's got the other 4 guys for support, and he's winning the ball game. He's getting every rebound. He's involved in every shot. He's involved in every point for our Spurs ball club.
And Kevin Durant has that streak of 29 straight games of 25 or more. He's got 21 at the moment. If Ginobili can hit 2 more, and he misses here, that breaks a string of 17 in a row that Manu had knocked down. And the Spurs with a 7-point lead, already a 3-possession game. Manu gets the second one to go. Oklahoma City has gone almost 4 minutes without a field goal. Their last field goal was at the 4:20 mark. We have 38 seconds to go with a timeout call here.
That's a great sign of the Spurs. If you remember all these championship years that we've had, really the signature of the Spurs defense has been that they've been able to shut people down coming down the stretch.
Yep.
I mean, you felt like the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game, the other team couldn't score. And for some reason, that hasn't been the case this year, but they found something here tonight. Hopefully they can look at the tape and they can build on it. It's been some kind of effort down the stretch, and of course, Manu Ginobili's put 11 or 12 guys on his back, and he's carried this ball club.
Kevin Durant tonight, 0 of 4 in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, well, hey, he had one that he's going to put down with authority.
Yeah, that's right. And that play is just absolutely incredible about if that goes for Durant, how that turns the game around. It's not just, it's going to be a dunk. And at that point, if he wins that battle, he's going to stuff Manu in with it.
Yes.
Instead, it goes completely the other way. Here's Green on the inbounds for 3. No. Rebound, Sefolosha. Westbrook for 3. No. Rebound, George Hill. And George Hill will bring it up, and they will concede, it appears. So the Spurs welcome home to San Antonio. 95-87. The Thunder, after having won 9 in a row, back-to-back losses. And Kevin Durant's streak is broken tonight as Hill fires up a jumper with 7 seconds to go. And Manu Ginobili, one of many, but the big gun tonight, as Ginobili's 26 points, including 16 in the second half, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and the Spurs get a double-double from Timmy with 19 and 15 boards, 16 points from Hill, and win a big one against Oklahoma City. Each month, Whataburger will be giving away a pair of Spurs tickets to a selected home game, and Whataburger delivered right to your seat during the game. Log on to Spurs.com and enter the promo code WHATAWIN. One lucky Spurs fan will bring home the ultimate W by winning Whataburger for a year, 4 tickets to a game, and a Spurs jersey. Log on to Spurs.com for more details. The Spurs hold Oklahoma City to under 40% shooting and shut out Durant in the 4th. and win it tonight. Stay tuned for Spurs Live with exclusive post-game sound, highlights, and analysis right here on Fox Sports Southwest. And now, the final take.